And we do have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. After we were done recording, he sent us some pictures. So we talked about some of them. There's some prototype images.
I'm very happy with this. I think I like this version more than the Unicron version. I mean, the shoulder and the, the lipstick, as he called it. This is really, really small. So I think I am actually going to jump back on the fence. The money that I would have spent on this goes to something else.
Welcome back, BBC fans. We're back with another round of news. I really hope you enjoyed that interview we had with Get Right Robot. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. But let's get on with the news. As always, I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And let's just get into it. And when I said we're going to talk about that later, I mean we're going to talk about that right now, because now we can actually talk about this figure in its entirety. I love it. I think it looks amazing. He did a great job making this character to life. I mean, like he said, we haven't had any updates of this character, third party, Hasbro, anything. So it's really cool to actually see one. Well, I was going to say in person, but I have to wait a week for that.
Yeah, and for those who may not have seen it, please go check out our interview with Jason, aka Get Right Robot, who is the designer of this figure. We just did that interview a couple days ago, so go check it out. But back to this, the figure is gorgeous. I was not aware of the figure at all, or the character, excuse me, at all. I was so into this when I saw it. I mean, as soon as we were able to see some of these visuals of it, the colors look great. I just love it. I think it looks better than the other two, which I will have, or which I do have, and looking forward to comparing all three of them together.
Yeah, well, hold on to that thought for a second. But first, let's talk about this. We didn't talk about the Power Master yesterday. I think he did a great job, because there is no Power Master, with the original one. It's kind of a leftover from the Buster, and it looks really cool. I love that neon green visor. It matches the chest and his eyes. So I think he did a great job with this.
I do too, and honestly, I totally forgot about this. So, kudos to Jason for going the extra mile on this as well. I just can't wait to have this in my collection. I think it's gorgeous.
I'm right there with you. And we do have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. After we were done recording, he sent us some pictures. So we talked about some of them. There's some prototype images. I have them kind of in an order that makes sense to me. So let's go through these. The first thing is the original Digibashes. So I think this is really cool to look at. It looks like he even pulled the G1 head from the figure and put it on this and then colored it as a proof of concept. And I like seeing these intermediate stages and the beginnings of something, so you can really see how he fleshed it out.
Right, and he alluded it to in the video at the beginning about the color and how they had a hard time with the colors. There's a little bit of back and forth. We didn't go into much detail about it, but there was some concerns about what the colors were going to look like, and so they were able to work it out.
Yes, I'm glad they did. Next, we have an actual prototype image. So they showed this completely demonstrates the new parts. So I think this is cool, especially when you can kind of see it with the original ones and how different it actually looks.
To me, it's just amazing how it went from this to what we got. That's the other aspect of it, because I think what we have is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it's just really cool to see what goes into this. The process for all these plastic jewels that we all love.
Yes, definitely. And lastly, we have the comparison photo. So he talked about this photo in our show with him, but he sent it to us afterwards, and you can really see the difference. It's subtle. I will say it's subtle, but I feel like the shoulder pads, since they're in color, are such a big part of this figure. It's like the only red on the upper, or fuchsia, or whatever you want to call it, on the upper torso. I mean, there's little spots here and there, but like they really bring the light. It focuses on different parts of the mold than the other ones. Does that make sense?
It does, but I think also the difference is that it's two-tone on the shoulders. So, you know, with the other two, I mean, the shoulder and the, you know, the lipstick, as he called it. Now I keep thinking about that, but the bombs that are on his shoulder, they're all the same color, and even though there's a slight detail around it, it doesn't pop off as much as this one does because it's a completely different color, and that color isn't really found anywhere up around the shoulder chest area except for those two little splotches on the side.
Yeah, and those little splotches make this kind of come to life as well. Just the little details. Okay, enough gushing about this. We're gonna have probably another episode or two where we gush about it, so let's save that for later, and let's gush about another exclusive. And Make Toys showed off their Slip Swarm, which still cracks me up. And what do you think about this figure?
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm in on pretty much most of these. I didn't get the original 3, Starscream, I was gonna say Trailbreaker, Thundercracker, and Skywarp, but I am in on all the other colors. So this is kind of like my mixed bag of Skittles now. So this would be like a raspberry grape or something like that color. So I'm in for it. I love the thrusters, you know, the take on thrust. So very happy with this so far, what it looks like.
So I'm very happy with the robot mode. I don't like those big splashes of blue on the back. I don't know the correct terminology of the plane, but right behind the cockpit, there's 2 black, or sorry, not black, blue splotches, and I feel like those needed to be purple. It kind of breaks up the alt mode. In a bad way.
I can see that. I think, I mean, it would have been nice for it to be all purple, but I think they also possibly did that because if you look at the wings, it's just like blue, purple, blue, then it's the body, and then there's the blue and the thruster. So I think they were just kind of, we'll paint that blue, and then, you know, 1, 2, skip a few, 3, 4, skip some more.
Yeah. I mean, I get you. I think the part that throws me off is you could see the tabs. The purple tabs coming out.
Oh, yeah.
That's the part where if it didn't have that, I'd probably be like, okay, that's cool. But the tabs completely take you out of the realism and make you realize it's a toy.
I can see that.
You know, which is something that Marksman didn't do. But let's move on. Let's move on to some leaks. Now, I know you're going to be super excited with this leak, Bobby. You're going to be so happy. It's a Megatron. It looks G1-ish, and that is Studio Series Bumblebee Megatron. So he's going to look just like your G1 Megatron 500 years in the future with a wrinkly face. What do you think about this?
I need to see more pictures. I don't know. I literally need to see it in color. I'm struggling with this, and it's great that they're making it. You know, if it's the G1 flavor, I'm typically all in for it, but I really need to see what it looks like because it could have the head and then the rest of it look blah. So,
well, you don't like the G1 Prime from Rise of the Beasts.
I don't like Rise of the Beasts.
One-ified Bayverse, you know, that's going to be the same thing. I'm going to not talk too much about the head because I do think it's like a wax casting or something very, very early. So it looks good for what it is, but I'm completely out. If I wanted one, I would get the monocrat one, which both of us were on the fence. I don't know if you remember.
I do.
That thing looked amazing. And they're supposed to be re-releasing it in more G1 colors at a much lower price. So it's still tempting. Yeah. But this is going to be, if it's for the lower price, this is going to be half the cost, half the size, half the quality. So I guess it makes sense.
I was waiting.
You know, it's supposed to be leader class, and I guess he's about 2 inches taller than Prime. So it might actually be a leader class sized figure for once, not a Voyager sized figure masquerading as a leader class figure. But I just don't need it in my collection. That's the bottom line.
Well, I'm gonna have to see it, and this is a hard sell for me right now. yeah, I have to see.
Time will tell.
Yes.
All right, so next up, we have what is just announced. Now, the first one I think you would get if they were easier to get. And that's a phone case from Case Play, which I have to say is an amazing name. You know, it's cosplay, but Case Play. I think that's really cool. So they're going to have 10 different designs. You could find them online. None of them are really all that eye-catching to me. One's just all yellow with one black stripe with an Autobot symbol for Bumblebee, and I'm like, eh. So the coolest ones were here, so I just used this picture. I think you would really like that one with the G1 box art off on the far side. And there's actually, the cases work with over 100 phones. So
that's good.
I was very shocked because I saw my phone, which is this, or, you know, phone like mine, which is the Samsung Galaxy. No fun cases come out with my phone. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I still wouldn't get it, but, you know, it's cool. Maybe if they had just one that was black with the Decepticon symbol, a purple one, that might get my attention. But they're all like movie-based, it looks like.
Yeah, I think I'm, you know, just kind of, okay. I love Transformers and all, but I don't know. I think I'm good with not having a Transformer case.
No, well, I mean, I have a see-through case for you fans, and I have a Transformer on here. So, it's Razor Claw from the Universe series. I'm sure you love them, Bobby. Let's move on to something that I think you're gonna get. So, you know, you already went all in on Legends. You already got the swoops. I think you might have gotten something else today, if a little birdie told me. You got some Dr. Wu figures coming in. I think you might as well just go all in and get this bulkhead.
It's not going to happen. Nope.
Why not?
I do have the X Transbots version, which I think probably, I don't know, maybe had Dr. Wu say, hey, that's a good idea. We should do it as well. I wasn't a bulkhead fan. I just really liked that mode of the X Transbots utility truck. So that's kind of why I got that. I also, yes, I did get a Dr. Wu figure, or excuse me, a Legends figure today. And it's this Power Glide. And this is really, really small. So I think I am actually going to jump back on the fence. And I probably will only pick up very few Legends characters. This is just way too small. But anyways, back to this. I will not be picking this up because I don't like the character that much. And I'm already okay with the bulkhead version that I have.
So I won't be picking this up, first of all. So now my critique. I think it looks good. I like that olive green that they used on like the biceps and the hands. I think that's really cool to break up some of it, but I hate this head.
The head is very generic.
It doesn't look, it's super generic. This does not look like bulkhead. It looks like green Autobot number 1245. So yeah, but I like the alt mode. I like that they were able to do that. And you are 100% correct. Once X Transbots did it, everybody's like, well, we're going to do ours now.
Yeah.
So.
I'm okay with it. I don't need it.
Yeah. All right, next. So this is cool. Neither of us are going to get this kit. We've talked about it before. We don't have the Armada Prime, but it's cool that the DNA Designs actually listened to their fans and included extra parts to help the figure out. So they included bigger shoulder pads. They increased the length of the arms, and I'm not too sure what that blue one does. The blue flap does. Please let us know in the comments. Neither one of us have this figure. It looks like maybe it goes on top of the shoulder pads, but I do want to recognize DNA Studios or Designs for reaching out and actually having that fan interaction and changing and adding stuff. They didn't just change it, they added stuff to help it make it a better product for their fans.
I can't agree with you more. that is what we want from, you know, sellers of figures, Hasbro. You know, listen to your fans. Stop thinking you're the genius behind it. I mean, again, let me change that. Hasbro makes figures, people buy them off the shelves, you know, but then we see that there's a lot of figures that just stay on the shelves as shelf warmers because it's not what we wanted. And stop trying to be clever and create something new that doesn't fit what the character is. You know, if you're going to create something new, make it a new character. And
that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Don't stop being clever. Make something interesting, and then have a line where you know, studio series. You know, like my problem with Hasbro is Legacy should have new stuff, and the new stuff is still feeling old. Enough of a rant. Continue.
So, no. So with that, this actually looks really good. I think the longer shoulder plates look great. The longer arms look great because usually they make their figures taller, so you're going to definitely need longer arms. Is this in the same kit, or is this an additional kit?
I think it's the same kit because it says added, parts added.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm assuming it's part of the same kit.
Okay, then that's great because we've seen, for instance, with the Fort Max that they have a hands kit and then they have another kit that does some stuff with the legs or something like that, and you know, it's $80 for that one kit and $80 for another kit. You're in buying upgrades that cost as much as the figure, and so that's the only thing I've had an issue with DNA in some cases. But the Scorponok and the Black Zarok kit were amazing. Got both of those and love it. So, good job.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on to this. So this is the MK05S. I guess it's a KO oversized New Age Jetfire. So I don't know how big it is, but I think this is right up your alley now.
Not gonna
It'll be cheap. It's a KO, and it's Legends. It's two things that you like.
No. I want MP, which I have. The Fans Toys and the Takara official, and I'm good. Don't need.
What if they come out with the black repaint on this? You really liked that original one from New Age.
So I honestly, I bought the KO oversized of the Hasbro. Can't think of the name
Jetfire.
But the Siege version. I did just buy that. So again, Jetfire is not one of my favorite characters. What's that?
That's not a black repaint though.
If they did an oversized black repaint that was bigger, not legend scale, bigger, I would get it.
Yeah, honestly, I want to see how big this thing is, because if it's like 10 inches tall, I don't think it's gonna be, but humor me for a sec, because the other one's already like 7 inches tall. If this thing's like 10 inches tall and they do a repaint in black and it's reasonable, I'll probably pick that up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, kind of like how Magic Square came out with that MP Prime and Ultra Magnus come out with the MP size one. I'll pick it up.
Let's let the KO people do that though, so it's a little cheaper, please.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
All right, next we got something completely unique, and this is what I want to see out of Hasbro, just because it's fun. Have you seen this?
I have seen this.
Okay,
I actually thought I shared it with you, but I guess I didn't.
You did not. So this thing looks really cool. It's a 3-part combiner, just like the military one, which I still don't know where to find. I hope I'm able to find these things. But I especially want this one because it does look better than it. So we've got a hovercraft, a submarine, and a battleship. Yeah, I mean, it's not an aircraft carrier, and they all combine into a rather cohesive-looking figure compared to the military one that had missiles on his feet. And if you look, it has like the hands can turn into like stands for it, and it comes with some tanks and some helicopters, and there's a missile inside the sub. So it's pretty well versed. And here is the combined mode. Yes, it doesn't look masterpiece quality, but it's totally not going to be masterpiece prices.
Fair.
What do you think about this?
I really like the hovercraft. I don't know why. I've always loved hovercrafts. I don't know why or where that comes from. I just think that's really cool to be floating on top of water like that. I did my one-off combiner with the Dinobots that I am looking at on the side here. So I really think that you should pick this one up.
What about the white one?
Well, I haven't got that yet.
So you got like a whole slew of them coming, is what you're telling me.
I wanted a Computron, and that was as close to a Computron as I've seen. So that's why I grabbed that. And so I think you should pick this one up.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. I will pick this up if it's easy to pick up. I'm not going to some random seller. I'm not going to some random website. But if it pops up on my normal sites that I buy from, I'll totally pick this up for a reasonable price. Let me put that caveat in there. If it's $200, no.
I could see it probably being $30, $40.
Even if it's 50, I would probably... It's 3 figures. That's not that bad. Because I do have the white space combiner with all the space things, and I think this is the same company. And that thing's a ton of fun. It, again, not masterpiece quality, but it was like $60, and it's a great figure. Now that Sir Toys is no longer in business, I don't know where I'm going to be able to get these things anymore. So if you guys have any suggestions, please put them in the comments below.
Yeah, I'd like to see it in your collection.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep this going with this. Do you know what this is from?
I mean, I see a Optimus head and I see a Primal head. So I'm assuming this has something to do with Rise of the Beast or Beast Wars or something like that, which...
You are wrong in so many ways. Both of them are Primal heads. This goes with Li Jiang. It's alternate or / replacement parts for their King Kong, which you have.
That shows you how much I've paid attention to that figure.
This head is so much better than the one that came in with it.
It is.
Both of them look better. And honestly, I would recommend you pick these up.
I'm literally trying to figure out what I did with the figure. So I guess I
don't think you ever opened them.
I did open them. And
you did?
I did open them. And the transformation is like really basic. Down. It's very, very basic. So...
But it's $30 and he's like 10 inches tall, right?
It was. And honestly, I thought it had, for some reason, I don't know, maybe I was dreaming. I thought it had light up effects, and it doesn't. And so it was something that I could have passed on. I will be passing on unless they have a coupon that I can show them my receipt from purchasing it, and they'll like the mail-in clip coupon clips that you could take from G1 boxes and mail those in. You know, otherwise, you know, I don't know if I'd be investing in this. $3 maybe, but I don't know. I don't think I will.
What if it's $5? That's probably the price it's going to be.
Probably is. I don't think so.
You know you're going to be picking it up because you want a complete figure.
I don't even know where. I think I know where it's at now, but
don't play with our audience. You know you're going to be picking this up.
I'm not going to make any promises. Either way. Either way.
Well, you need to get this to go with it. This is Li Jiang's, what are they calling it? Rhino Warrior. Li Jiang Toys. So they're doing a Rhinox that doesn't look like Rhinox. And Ming Motion did a whole video on it. These are screen caps from it. And I think this thing looks really cool as somebody that's not Rhinox. And just like I said with the Optimus Primal, if they repaint it in another color, so it's not the same character, I would probably buy it. But I'm not buying it in these colors.
This is the crazy...
Like, he reminds me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I was seeing split pea soup, but you know, so I honestly think you should grab this. It's not Rhinox as you mentioned, actually, and this is bad. I think this looks better than the Rhinox.
Then Hasbro's Rhinox?
Yeah.
No comment.
Sorry. I don't know. I mean, it's just, it's not for me. I'm good now. I have my, you know, venture into this company. Again, the transformation is very simple. It's probably fun to play with. I just haven't done that, and it doesn't really fit in my collection. It fits in my obscure, I want to try it or figure it out or something like that. Will this be something that I might like category? But I don't have a lot in those.
Well, and you can also put that, you were talking about a Prime shelf, you could put that Optimus Primal in a Prime shelf.
Yeah.
And speaking of it, here is that figure. So it is a little bit bulkier and stuff, but you can really see why it needed that new head. That head does not look like Primal at all.
Honestly, that was what made me go for it, was because it didn't look like Primal. But
the colors are too much like Primal that I can't see anybody else.
Yeah.
It looks like Primal wearing a helmet.
Yeah, there we go. You know, yeah. But yeah, it's I don't know. I honestly think this is a retool as well. It is, or I should say, it is a retool of the Primal. The Rhino is. It looks like. So I'm probably gonna pass.
I can actually see past on this one. So let's go to this. So this is Ocular Max Ramhorn. I think these are new images. I could be wrong. But we're just going to put them here and we're going to just talk about it. So I think it looks fine. Obviously, I'm not picking it up, but I hate the eyes. It has cartoon eyes with a pupil and, you know, the whites. That looks horrible. You should hate it. You hate human things on Transformers or Earth things, and that's straight up Earth eyes right there.
After getting the Fans Toys version that had the rivets by its eyes, which I did not like at all, I'm okay with this. And
you okay with the cartoon eyes?
I'm okay. I'm okay with the tune. You know, I like.
They're not even Transformer cartoon eyes. They're like Mickey Mouse cartoon eyes.
You know, and this is making me want to go back and look at my look at their version of God, why am I drawing so many blanks right now? I know.
Steeljaw.
Steeljaw. Jeez, I was just like, gosh, this is terrible. You can tell it's a night to go out and party. No, I think that I have to look at how they did their Steeljaw and how his eyes were, because I don't remember us talking about the eyes. So maybe that's something. But I don't know if this is this what the figure is going to be, or if this is concept.
Honestly, somebody just posted it, so
I've seen it.
Those eyes, around. Yes, it's images floating around, and those eyes, maybe it's the angle, and there's a little thing that sticks out, and that's what makes it look like the pupil. I'm gonna be 100% honest, but I'm going with what I see, and I don't like what I see. Everything else actually looks really good. It has a great shape. It actually looks like a rhino, and I like that the legs can go out. It looks really good besides those eyes, but that's the first thing I zeroed in on. So
I think this one looks better than all the other versions that we've had, and I have the deformation face, the not X Transbots, the KFC, the Fans Toys. I think this is the best representation so far.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Maybe this will be at tfcon, and you'll be able to pick it up.
Maybe this one or the next one. Hopefully this one. Yeah. That'd be great.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, but let's get into some updates. So I kind of want to go through this really fast because I'm really sick of talking about Roboson stuff. So they were at New York Comic Con 2023, and they showed off their Gold Prime, and I know you're very excited for that stand and their Rise of the Beast Prime. Anything you have to say about these?
Well, you know, I think we were in Chicago when they had a drawing for the Gold Optimus Prime. clearly I didn't win because I haven't heard anything, but it was supposed to be like only a couple made or something like that. So
yeah, it's a lucky draw. Yeah.
And so I wonder if they're now going to release a gold prime.
It said it was still a lucky draw. At least on the news article I read, it was still a lucky draw.
Okay, so when are they going to draw it? You know, I mean, like, that was a year ago.
Maybe. Who knows? I got emails to submit my information for it, too. And then next, they also showed off Grim. And do the hands not articulate on the prime?
Jeez, I'm going to have to go look.
Because I think these are a solid fist.
It does look like a solid fist. I
remember prime, they like open, right?
I think they do open. I'm kind of, I haven't turned it on, to be honest, in a couple of months. So actually, I think they might be fists, because I know when he does push-ups, he's doing them on his fist.
Oh.
And I think it might be a solid fist. I can't remember though, but I think it might be a solid fist. Okay. Now you're gonna make me go get it real quick.
Well, you could go figure that out later, but this doesn't make me pining to buy this figure.
You were out
not
anyway.
The prices they're asking. I mean, especially not for the prices. It looks just like the one that you got, the KO.
The KO.
Except the KO looks better. I mean, I get this moves, but anyways, you know, yeah.
It does look. It looks like, you know, the masterpiece. It looks great. I just can't see paying $1,400 for it right now, even though I still have it pre-ordered. I don't know. Yeah. I'm like 30% still in.
Let's talk about Walmart Collector's Con. So they had like a thing where it was like a preview. So these three lovely figures, were up for pre-order. And now, Bobby, I know you wanted these. Were you able to get them?
I was. Actually, my Perceptor came a couple of days ago, so I do have Perceptor.
Well, that wasn't from Walmart, though, right?
And it wasn't from Walmart, but I tried to place an order for the Soundwave and the Blaster today, and I was getting an error with my cart. Yes, exactly. And so I ended up going to Hasbro Pulse and picked them up from there.
Oh, good. At least you were able to get them.
Yes. And I think these are going to be in boxes.
Yeah, I wouldn't open these up. I'm surprised you had an error, because I don't think too many people are pining after these figures, but I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, it was really strange, and I was clearly on my phone when I took this screenshot, and then I went to my laptop and same thing, and I was just like, okay, Walmart, what are we doing here?
Time to move on, right?
Yes, exactly. And I you know, 72%, so I was really at it on my phone as well.
Next, we've got the MPM 11D DOTM Ratchet. The international pre-orders are out. It's about $170. And I really like that green color. Do you have anything nice to say about this?
I think those circular saw blade type things are kind of cool. All right. I literally don't remember.
Let us know if you're going to be picking this up. Moving on, we've got this, which is one that I know you love. This is Iron Factory, Iron Samurai Series, IFEX 73, Wind and Fire, Instant Flame Rider, Enki. They are doing the most with these names, but it's obviously sideswiped in a samurai aesthetic. Something is wrong with these proportions.
He's shaped like an
with
A
the
again.
Shoulders, yeah, exactly. It looks okay when he's like posed, but in that normal stance. So, are you going to be getting this since you are a Legends collector now, and you don't have a sideswipe?
I am not a Legends collector, and I have stated in this video that I am taking back my comment that I made on the previous news about jumping into Legends more so. I wouldn't have picked this one up either way. I like Sideswipe, but the proportions are not where I would like them to be. The alt mode looks decent.
Yes, but before we get to that, that's on the next page. I do like that they gave him the swords on the hands, as it's a callback to the Movieverse Sideswipe, but it's still G1 Sideswipe. I like it when they kind of like mix like this, especially in a way that makes sense. But moving on, they also turn into spears, which is cool. And the alt mode is very cool and much better than the other samurai alt modes like that. Ratchet and Ironhide we looked at the last news. But what do you have to say about it?
Oh, I'm a car guy. I love the car mode. And honestly, this doesn't look like any of the samurai characters that they have. This doesn't look samurai-esque at all. So I'm really liking the alt mode. I do not like the swords hanging off the rear spoiler like that. You know, I would have rather them tabbed under the bottom, but of course I don't know what the bottom looks like. But otherwise, I think the alt mode looks great. And
yeah, the
alt mode looks so good, it's actually deceiving. I would think that the shoulders would be bigger because of the way the front of the car, the front end of the car looks. So
completely agree. All of that goes on his back. Yeah. Next, we have a KFC Genrai prototype. There's a video that you can watch, and I know you could probably read this, Bobby, but for anybody at home that can't, they're going to be. It looks like they're going to be showing off the prototype at TFCon Orlando, so that'll be cool to see in person.
It will be. I did pass on this, and I know a lot of. I mean, let's say a lot. I've seen some people make 3D printed chess pieces that have been really cool to look at, and I just was not going to spend as much for this figure in 3 parts. Give me a box set, reduce it a little bit. I may be in, but this Power Master Prime wasn't my favorite Prime, so
yeah, I was out from the beginning. Well, let's move on. So next we have the Magic Square Light of Peace, and this is the toy colors. What do you think about this?
Yeah. Yep.
They got you?
Got it pre-ordered. Yep.
I will say this is going to look really cool next to Hybrid Convoy.
It's a problem.
I like it. I don't like the tampos on the knees and the forearms. Something about it just screams cheap. I get what they're going for, but I just don't like them. I think it'd look a lot better if they were stickers. Maybe you could put them on if you like them, or put them on if you don't. But
no more stickers.
I just don't like them.
Takara's version's coming out with stickers, and I'm not happy about that. So I guess you can't, you can't win, you can't lose. It's just like you get stickers with one figure, I complain. They don't use stickers here, you complain. Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't get it in the first place, so I'm not the best person to make those decisions.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully they come out with the Magnus and
yeah, I'll buy that. Yeah. I would like to upgrade my Magnus, but will you be picking this up as well?
I will be. I need to complete this set. I mean, so far, the first 2 are winning in the Defensor MP scale combiner. I love both of these figures. The all-in-one is amazing with these. So the all-in-one combiner, I should say. I'm really looking forward to this. Now, Hotspot is not my favorite of the Protectobot. The Protectobot. So he is literally a fill-in. I've mentioned that on a previous show, but I'm just happy to get him. And every time one of these is released, I feel like we're that much closer to having it finished. So yeah, it's about time.
So this is the Ocular Max, obviously Hotspot PS23 Ingus, and I don't like it at all. I think this looks horrible. I don't know why he's so chunky, but this is not what I imagine Hotspot to look like.
Wow.
Why is he so fat? Every part of him is fat.
Because I think because all the connector parts and everything are built.
Yeah, and I get that, but like, I would be so disappointed if I was in on this set. And here's some more pictures of his fatness. It just looks wrong to me. it doesn't like I always see Hotspot as tall and lean. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the G1 toy kind of looked like that. I don't know what he looked like in the TV show because I was out on that TV show after I watched that movie. But this does not look like what I imagine Hotspot to look like at all.
The G1,
it looks like somebody pretending to be him.
The G1 version or the toy version was chunky up top as well.
On the arms,
and blocky in the legs.
Not really. Not that I remember.
Yeah, I just
I don't know. And
watch the short I did on him because I did get the KO.
And maybe I was thinking of the Dreamwave Comics version, but this doesn't look like what I think of Hotspot. So I'm completely out on this. I'm glad I didn't get in on it. Like I said, the Protectobots are my favorite combiner from the Autobots. But I am so happy I didn't get in on this because I would sell him to you, the other ones. This would ruin the whole set for me because he's the only one that I really care about besides Blades. Everybody else is a throwaway Protectobot in my books.
Yeah, this is. I still want to see what it the finished product of all these together looks like. But so far, I'm in all the way.
No. I'm out as far as you could get. Not as much as the boat combiner. I'm out on that more.
Oh, yeah.
But
gosh, so many combiners.
I'm still not picking these up.
So many combiners that need to be completed.
Next, we've got a prototype image of X-Transbots Runabout. Runabout or Runamuck? I always get them mixed up.
I do too. I think it's
You had a whole convention from when you were a kid.
Yes. I think it's Runamuck.
Because Runabout has a B in it, right?
I think so. I think that's what I thought about. But either way, I'm looking forward to this. I must admit that my desire for this has waned just a little bit because of the punch counterpunch. Even though I haven't picked it up yet, just some of the reviews I've seen and a couple of the videos I've seen, people are. I saw one where the guy was just like, "I don't care about taking a loss, just get this off my hands," and was selling it for I think like $95 or something like that. So
wow,
I was really excited initially. Still picking them up. I just am not as excited, I guess I would say.
Yeah. I really like these two, but I don't like X-Transbots, and the proportions look wonky. The arms look too short. Like they should just be a little bit longer. I don't know. Maybe it's the angle, but
there's a little bend in
I'm
the
out.
right arm, I see.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. The gun also looks like a stick from this angle, and it needs a little bit of volume. But yeah, I'm out on these guys. It's so boring that they needed to add the orange for this figure and the red for Runabout. But again, that wouldn't be G1 accurate. I get it, but I don't have to like it.
It definitely needs a Decepticon symbol on there.
Well, besides that.
No, I mean, because it literally looks like, it's sterile, like going into a hospital. It's so bland, so it definitely needs some pops of color there. So a Decepticon symbol there would make a world of difference with it just because it's something different. I agree. It does look like he has a pea shooter there going on, so I don't know. I'm picking it up. Hopefully, with them showing Fuzz there, I'm hoping that they're not saying the transformation's like Fuzz. That would.
Well, that's the G1 toy.
Well, no, I'm just. Well, they made Fuzz, and Fuzz to me is the worst.
So you okay?
The worst.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's just like, hey, don't like. Fuzz should not be in any type of X-Transbots anything. Because those arms were terrible, and so it brings back the idea of nightmare arms, which I'm hoping that it's not. So get Fuzz out of that picture.
With Streetwise,
use Fuzz from X-Transbots.
Exactly, but it's Streetwise. Don't give Streetwise a bad name just because a third-party company did him dirty.
I like Streetwise. You know, he's my favorite of the Protectobots, honestly. So
Really? Oh.
yes.
All right. Well, let's move on, and we've got something that you are picking up, and this is the MB-22 Jetfire first test shot with the Prime. This looks pretty good, I gotta say. It's obviously made for this mode and not its standalone robot mode.
I completely agree. It doesn't look. I hate that Jetfire. Honestly, it's just terrible. So I love it in alt mode. This mode is, again, it's okay. I'm 50-50 now.
You're gonna pick it up.
Probably will.
Let's move on. I think it looks good.
I don't know what the final price is. That will also.
I'm not picking it up. But I think it does look good in this mode. I just don't like that. Where does the rest of Prime go? That's what I've always hated about this figure.
Oh yeah. It's clearly the inner butt.
Yes.
That's about it.
Next, we've got Mechanical Skull Studio, and they did a prototype of their Starscream. And this does look good. That's really all I have to say about it.
Is this the one that
This is your size. Yes, it is a Legends figure. And, you know, they probably won't get a Masterpiece on this soon, so maybe you should jump on that.
I'm good. This is not my Starscream, so I'm okay.
Call him Sun.
Call him not
Sun Yell, and then you could, you know, go ahead and put him in your.
I'll call him not bought. That's what I'll call him, because he's not. I think the if this is the same one, I think the video that they did was amazing, and it did interest me, but I won't pick this up.
Yeah, I want a Masterpiece version of this, and I think Fans Hobby will do it eventually, because, you know, it looks like they're doing Armada, and it looks great. I just don't need it to be that tiny.
I don't need it. Yeah. I honestly don't need a MP size one. So if they delay that, I wouldn't be necessarily too mad on that, but they probably won't, which means that I don't know. I don't want to spend that much on it.
We'll see what's next up.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. Well, let's move on to this. So this is Studio 01 Cell Primus.
I'm drooling.
I'm drooling a little bit.
Yeah.
It does look really, really good. The purple's still a little weird with the halo. I get why it's purple, but this looks amazing.
Come to bot. I think we talked about it before. As soon as I saw this, I put a pre-order in. I'm very happy with this. Looks great. I've seen some pictures of the planet mode that looked really good. I saw it. Bam. That's the picture on the right with it in space. That looks so good. I'm very happy with this. I think I like this version more than the Unicron version.
I do too. I think this is a little bit better than Unicron, personally. I just want it in Cybertron colors from the TV show Cybertron. I mean, it could be confusing without context. Yeah. So I wanted to have that blue instead of the red chest, some more teal and yellows and stuff, and then I'll be picking this up. But knowing my luck, they're going to leave out like all the yellow, and then I'm not going to buy it. So
yeah, I'm waiting on final price, but I do have this pre-ordered. I just hope this doesn't come out at the same time as the Metroplex.
You know they are
4-foot Metroplex, 90-pound Metroplex. God, my wallet's gonna be screaming.
A bloody murder.
Yes.
Next, let's talk about what's incoming, and it's only fun stuff from here.
Okay.
So, no tiny bots, no movie bots. At least the first two are for me. The last one's for you. First one is this. This is finally out. This thing looks amazing. Don't shake your head at that. I think this looks way better than anything that you know, Fans Toys. This blows all of them out of the water, in my opinion. Maybe not in quality, but in looks, this is what I want out of Transformers. It's fun. It's unique. It just looks so cool. I can't wait to get this. And It's $73. How can you go wrong? It's perfect. So I'm very excited to add this to my collection. I think you will be picking it up down the line as well, because you tend to buy anything and everything.
That's not true. This will
tell that to that swoop.
There's still like 4 other colors that are out there that, and I still haven't. I've only put pre-orders in, so there's still a possibility of a cancellation there. But with this, has it already left the building? Is it on your?
No. It's
okay.
it's yeah. Honestly, I am not paying for it yet. I'm waiting just a little bit to figure out some stuff for TFCon before I pay for it.
Okay.
Talk about bad timing with the Metroplex and the Primus. Same thing with this and the next one.
Yeah. The money that I would have spent on this goes to something else. It goes to food. It goes to anything else. It goes to toilet tissue. Goes to toothpaste. Goes to deodorant. Goes to, I don't know, batteries for my remote. I don't know. Goes to anything but this.
All right. Well, I'm surprised. Usually you like stuff like this.
This was no.
And you just buy it because it's fun. I mean, you bought that Optimus Primal.
That was
moment of weakness.
It was a moment of nothing coming out. That's what it was.
So that's what it takes for you. All right.
Yes.
Well, what about this?
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about with 2 things coming out at the worst time. I've got to figure out a little bit of stuff, and then I'm going to be paying both of them off. But this thing looks great. I am ecstatic to get this in.
What's so funny is that this is the picture. When I put my pre-order in, I read about it, and then this was the picture that showed, but it was in gray. So when we reviewed it for the first time, I was just like, what is this? I'm not familiar with this. And lo and behold, when I went to put a pre-order in, when it showed like that, I was like, I don't have this. And I have way too many pre-orders. If they were all to come calling right now, let's just say that I'd have to write some IOUs and things like that. It would be a couple of few. It'd be a lot of mortgage payments. Let's just say that.
Yeah, so this thing does look amazing. I cannot wait to get it. The inner bot does look really cool as well, and I'm really happy that it's cool. You could actually give it that asymmetric look, which is amazing. And I know you really like the treads, and it has a retractable ladder. I have always wanted a figure with a retractable ladder, so that's the highlight of this figure for me.
The retractable ladder. I would not have even noticed that until you pointed it out.
I wouldn't have noticed it either if they didn't put a picture of it. I was like, what are they showing?
What is that for? I don't know. I love the treads on this. I think that's a cool update to the mold in general and what this figure could be. It looks great.
Yeah, I agree. And here it is. They already have boxes. Some retailers do. I love the pumpkin at the top, and it looks amazing. So I can't wait to get this in.
I'm just waiting for that shipped email.
Yeah, well, some of mine have been a little delayed, so hopefully we're not waiting too long.
Yeah.
All right, this next one's for you, and as much as you didn't like that, Ravage, I think this one looks okay. Not worth the money, and that's Fans Toy Swerve. This thing it's fine. This head looks okay. This head looks atrocious. The alt mode is horrendous as well. I'm sure it's screen accurate, but it looks like a little toy. And that's what I liked about Masterpieces, is when they had the realistic alt modes with the Toon bot modes. This looks like it's from an 80s cartoon, and I don't like it. So I'll take my 90s Ravage over this any day.
I honestly can't argue with you.
Oh, okay.
On now, what I mean by that, I can't argue with you saying
on how
it looks
this
like a toy.
I understand.
Yes, it It is one of those characters that I'm picking up because it's not a character I need. It's not a character that I would have asked them to do, but they're releasing it, so I'll grab it. I just got my gears last week, and very solid figure. So the transformation was fun. It wasn't overly complicated. It actually had some cool things going on with its head, how it split open, but it has some heft to it for it to be such a small figure, which I really like about Fans Toys in general. So this will be making it into my collection. I do have the Bad Cube version as well, as I did with the gears. So I don't know which one I'll keep in alt mode and which one I'll keep in bot mode, just to display on the shelf, or I may just have them in different cases. I haven't decided yet.
Now, is this the same mold as gears?
It is, but
okay.
So what they kind of did the same thing with Brawn and Outback, where it's this, but they made changes to it, which is quite impressive when they do that. So I don't know. And actually, I was thinking my gears was in here. I must have put them up. So it looks very similar right now, or even the Huffer and the Pipes. You know, they transform differently though, even though they look the same. So this one looks closer than the others do, so it may be exactly the same, but it feels its role.
Yeah, that's cool. I thought they were actually different molds, so that's good on Fans Hobby. Fans Toys. Excuse me. Toys, not yes. Fans Hobby. I said the wrong. Too many of them start with Fans.
And actually, I'm looking because the head, yeah. So like the pillars on his shoulders, of course, aren't there on gears. So I do have to look at that a little bit more. I can't remember.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see how it transforms.
Yeah.
So let's get into what's recently released. We only have one slide this time, two things. We've got the Rise of the Beast mainline Wave 3 weaponizers, so RC and Cheetor, and we've got the Leader 6 Prime Dreadwing. I didn't know this was news with the RC because I swore I've seen that a few times at Targets.
I thought I have too,
but I wasn't even looking for it. And Dreadwing, I canceled my pre-order because I was disappointed by Skyquake, and I didn't want to spend another $60 on a subpar figure.
I think you should get it. Anyways,
well, why don't you buy it for me and then I might get
it? Well, good thing you canceled your order. I am picking it up. I've kept my order, and so I think it's one of those.
Did you open up Skyquake?
I did, and I'm looking at them right now.
Oh, you did? Okay,
I did.
all right.
I actually got around to opening some things, taking them out of their cardboard coffins. So it's okay. It's not bad, and so it's going to be fun to have the two together. I'll put Needle Nose on one of them, and that will kind of be it.
All right, guys. Well, that is everything we have for you today. As you can see, Bobby is fiddling with that Legends figure because he loves it so much, and he can't wait to get more of them. Let us know your thoughts below. Don't forget to comment. See, look, there it is. He can't wait. Let us know your thoughts below. Comment, like, subscribe, hit that little bell, and anything else they should do?
Again, the countdown, we're a week away from TFCon. So in the chat, some people have said that they're going and they want to meet. Let's do it. I'm looking forward to it. I know James is looking forward to it. So stay tuned. We'll see you on the next round of news, or maybe something else might pop up. I don't know.
Something else is popping up. Remember, on Sunday, we will be live with the Children of Primus channel. So please watch us over there. We're very happy to be a part of that.
Yes, the link will be in the description below. But as always, we'll see you next time till all debates are won.